What if cleaning your home could quiet your mind instead of exhausting it? In Japan, there is a phrase, Ichigo-Ichie. It means one moment, one meeting. A reminder that this exact moment, this breath, this action, this space will never happen again in the same way. Most people rush through cleaning. They scrub, wipe, organize, all while mentally escaping the task. Music blasting, thoughts racing, waiting for it to be over. But in Japanese philosophy, cleaning is not something to finish. It is something to experience. Today, we are not talking about productivity hacks, not speed cleaning, not aesthetic perfection. This video is about mindful cleaning the Japanese way. How simple acts like sweeping a floor or wiping a table can become a ritual of calm. How tidying your home can gently untangle your thoughts. And how Ichigo-Ichie transforms cleaning into a moment of presence, respect, and peace. By the end of this video, you will not just clean differently. You will feel differently while doing it. Part 1. What Ichigo-Ichie really means. Ichigo-Ichie originates from Japanese tea culture, a tradition where nothing is rushed and nothing is accidental. In a traditional tea ceremony, the host does not perform for applause. The movements are quiet, measured, almost invisible, yet every gesture carries meaning. The tea is prepared with absolute care, not because the actions are dramatic, but because the moment itself is irreplaceable. The people present, the weather outside, the season, the exact emotional state of everyone in the room. This precise combination will never happen again. And so, the host pours the tea as if this were the only chance to do it well. That is Ichigo-Ichie. One time, one meeting. Now imagine applying this mindset to cleaning. Not as a chore you rush through at the end of a long day. Not as punishment for having lived in your space. Not as something you do while wishing you were somewhere else. But as a once-in-a-lifetime interaction with your home. The dust on your shelf today will never settle in this exact way again. The fingerprints on your table tell the story of today, not yesterday. The light touching your floor at this hour, soft, angled, fleeting, will never appear the same tomorrow. And the person doing the cleaning, you, will never be exactly this version of yourself again. Your mood, your thoughts, your breath, your energy. Ichigo-Ichie asks you to slow down and honor that truth. This is why, in Japanese homes and schools, cleaning is often done without complaint, even by children. Students clean their classrooms. They sweep hallways. They wipe desks they didn't personally dirty. Why? Because cleaning is not framed as humiliation or burden. It is understood as an act of gratitude for the space that shelters you, a way of caring for shared space, something larger than the self, a practice of humility, recognizing that no task is beneath you. A mirror of one's inner state. How you treat your space reflects how you treat yourself. When you clean mindlessly, your body may move, but your mind remains scattered. Thoughts jump ahead. Worries pile up. Impatience grows. But when you clean mindfully, something changes. Your hands slow down. Your breathing deepens. Your thoughts begin to settle one by one like dust, finally resting after being stirred. Part 2. Why cleaning affects the mind. Your home is not just a physical container for furniture and objects. It is an emotional environment. Every unfinished mess quietly asks for attention. Every cluttered corner holds unresolved decisions. Every pile you avoid becomes a low, constant hum in the background of your mind. Clutter doesn't only take up space. It occupies attention. Even when you think you're ignoring it, your brain is still processing it, registering it, holding it open as an unfinished loop. Unfinished messes create mental noise. And chaos, no matter how familiar, keeps the nervous system slightly alert. Japanese philosophy recognizes this deeply. In Zen thought, the outer world and inner world reflect each other. A cluttered space encourages distraction. A chaotic environment pulls the mind outward. A calm space, however, gently invites clarity. But here is the crucial difference most people miss. The calm does not come from having a clean home. It comes from the way you clean it. If you rush through cleaning, your body stays tense. Your nervous system stays activated. Your mind treats cleaning as something to escape. But when you clean with presence, your breathing naturally slows, your movements soften, your shoulders drop, your thoughts lose their urgency. This is why mindful cleaning feels different. You begin to notice subtle changes, your breath syncing with your movements, your hands working steadily without strain, your thoughts becoming quieter, less demanding. Cleaning becomes less about removing dirt and more about returning yourself to the present moment. The mess was never the real problem. Disconnection was. Part 3. Preparing for mindful cleaning. Before you touch anything, you pause. In Japanese tradition, preparation is never rushed, because the way you begin determines the quality of what follows. You don't immediately grab a cloth. You don't mentally list everything you need to finish. You arrive. Step 1. Set an intention. Stand still in the room. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice the air. Take one slow, unforced breath. Then, silently say to yourself, I am here. This moment matters. You are not cleaning to impress guests who may never come, not cleaning to rush toward rest, not cleaning to escape discomfort. You are cleaning to be present. This single shift reframes everything. Step 2. Reduce distractions. Mindful cleaning cannot coexist with constant interruption. So you gently remove distractions. No loud, overstimulating music. No phone scrolling between tasks. No half-cleaning while mentally somewhere else. If you choose sound, let it support awareness, not drown it out. Soft ambient music, gentle, natural sounds, or complete silence. In silence, you begin to notice subtle things. The sound of the cloth against the surface, the faint echo in the room, the rhythm of your own breathing. Silence allows you to hear the room breathe. Step 3. Choose one small area. Mindful cleaning is not about doing everything. It is about doing one thing well. So you choose something small. One table, one corner, one drawer. This removes overwhelm. Ichigo-Ichie teaches depth over breadth. This moment, this space. Nothing else exists. Part 4. The art of slow, intentional cleaning. Step 1. Observe before you clean. Before action, there is awareness. You look at the space not to criticize, but to understand. You notice where dust has gathered naturally, where items have accumulated over time, where neglect has quietly settled. There is no judgment here. Observation is not failure. Observation is clarity. In Japanese practice, awareness always comes before action. You cannot care for what you do not first see. Step 2. Clean with purpose, not force. As you begin, every movement is intentional. As you wipe a surface, you feel the texture beneath the cloth. You notice resistance where dirt clings, where smoothness returns. You notice sound, the soft whisper of fabric against wood. This is not wasted time. This is grounding. Each movement becomes deliberate. Lift, place, wipe. No rushing, no aggression, no treating the task as an enemy. The body learns a slower rhythm. Step 3. Clean with respect. In Japanese culture, objects are often treated as if they possess spirit, not literally, but symbolically. Your table has supported countless meals. Your floor has carried your weight through joy and exhaustion. Your chair has held you during long, quiet evenings. When you clean, you are not erasing use. You are acknowledging service. Cleaning becomes a quiet thank you. And this single shift from irritation to respect transforms the entire experience. The space softens, and so do you. Part 5. Mindful cleaning in real life. Imagine this. You wake up earlier than usual. Not because an alarm jolts you awake, but because your body naturally stirs. The house is quiet. No voices, no notifications, no urgency waiting at the door. Soft morning light slips through the window, stretching gently across the floor. Dust floats slowly in the air, visible only because the room is still. Normally, your hand would reach for your phone, to check messages, to scroll, to step immediately into noise. But today, you don't. Instead, you pick up a cloth. You move toward the kitchen counter, not hurried, not annoyed. You wipe the surface slowly. You notice the temperature of the countertop beneath your palm, the faint scent of yesterday's meal, the sound of fabric gliding across wood. Outside, birds call to one another, unaware of time, deadlines, or schedules. Your breathing begins to sync with your movements. In, out, wipe, pause. For 10 quiet minutes, something rare happens. There is no anxiety pulling you forward, no comparison dragging you outward, no urgency telling you to be elsewhere. Just you, your hands, and the moment unfolding exactly as it is. This is not productivity. This is presence. Now imagine another scene. It's evening. The day has taken its toll. Your shoulders feel heavy. Your thoughts are scattered. Your energy is thin. Normally, you would collapse into distraction, a screen, background noise, anything to numb the weight of the day. But instead, you choose one small thing, just one, a corner of your bedroom. You pick up clothes not to rush them away but to place them with intention. You fold deliberately. You smooth the fabric. You return each item to where it belongs. No multitasking. No rushing. As you do this, something shifts. Your shoulders drop. Your jaw softens. Your breath deepens. Your mind finally exhales. Not because the day disappeared, but because you met this moment fully. This is Ichigo-Ichie in action. Not dramatic. Not loud. Not performative. Just deeply human. Part 6. Common mistakes that break mindful cleaning. Many people attempt mindful cleaning and unknowingly sabotage the experience. Not because they lack discipline, but because old habits take over. Mistake 1. Treating it like a task to finish. The moment cleaning becomes something to get through, presence disappears. Your hands may be moving, but your mind is already elsewhere. Mindful cleaning is not about how much you complete. It is about how fully you arrive. One mindful wipe is more powerful than an entire room cleaned in frustration. Mistake 2. Expecting immediate transformation. Many people stop because they expect instant calm, but calm does not arrive like a switch. It unfolds gradually. Like meditation, like learning to breathe deeply again. Some days, the mind will still wander. Some days, impatience will arise. That is not failure. That is practice. Consistency, not perfection, is what rewires your relationship with cleaning. Mistake 3. Perfectionism. This is perhaps the most damaging mistake. Trying to create a perfect home. Japanese philosophy does not value flawlessness. It values balance. A peaceful home is not spotless. It is not staged. It is not rigid. A peaceful home is intentional. It allows life to happen without chaos taking over. Mindful cleaning is about harmony, not control. Part 7. How mindful cleaning changes daily life. Over time, something subtle but powerful begins to happen. You don't notice it all at once. But one day, you realize. You begin to notice mess earlier. Not with irritation, but with awareness. You begin to clean more gently, your movements softer, your touch lighter. You begin to feel less resistance. Cleaning no longer feels heavy or overwhelming. It simply feels natural. Your home changes too. It becomes quieter, not just in sound, but in energy. Lighter, less visual noise, fewer mental interruptions. Easier to maintain, because nothing is allowed to pile up silently. And most importantly, you start carrying Ichigo-Ichie into other moments. While eating, you taste your food instead of rushing it. While walking, you notice the ground beneath your feet. While resting, you allow yourself to truly stop. Presence spreads. Ichigo-Ichie reminds us that life is not lived in grand events. It is lived in small, ordinary moments. A cloth in your hand. A quiet room. A breath taken slowly. Cleaning, when done with care, becomes a form of meditation. A way to return home, not just to your space, but to yourself. So the next time you clean, don't rush. Don't escape. Be there. Because this moment will never come again. If this video helped you see cleaning differently, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs calm in their life. And tell me in the comments, which part of your home will you clean mindfully first?